Oh, my God. Heavens. Heavens to Betsy. I'm putting the link inside the chat right now. Go get your damn shirts. We're going back to Omaha, damn it. We're going back to Omaha. Ty Floyd struggles in the first and third. Doesn't matter. Your bullpen said, we got you. You know what elite teams do in elite situations? They find ways to win. This entire postseason in the regionals and super regionals, you are undefeated. Wow. Look, Gavin Gidry getting hit 3 times tonight when you needed runners on base. Ball passes by Burke for Kentucky, goes in and scores, gives you the second insurance run. And in the most clutch moment of clutch moments, the most clutch moments that you have seen in Alex Box since probably, let's call it what it is, 2017, your superstar came up with the biggest hit I can't even remember the last time I've seen a clutcher hit than that in that stadium. 4 walks on the night, doesn't bother him in the slightest, and he comes out with a 2 RBI double. Wow, man. Get your damn shirts. We're going to Omaha. We are going to Omaha, baby. All right. Whew. Omaha's not ready, bro. All these little petty-ass schools out there thinking that, oh, we drink a lot of alcohol. Wait till the Bayou gets to Omaha. You think, oh, we sold a lot of shots last year. Okay. No, it didn't. No, you didn't. Bayou Bengal says, couldn't be more proud of them boys. Man. Cortland says, people who cry about the bullpen haven't watched but one game this season. That's not true. The bullpen and the parts of the season didn't step up. But when you don't give up a run, when you do not give up a run tonight, and you don't give up a run yesterday, if you're a bullpen, I know it was just Blake Money. I mean, you saw glimpses of this in Hoover. And again, as Jay Johnson mentioned this week, the kid, the freshman that LSU had that had the ice water in his veins, guys, literally 5 months ago, Gavin Gidry had just got his first step on a mound since high school. And now he's closing the game out for you. I mean, what an absolutely fantastic performance by Gavin Gidry. It was elite. It was elite. He comes in the bottom of the 7th. He gives up a single. But after that first single by Gillum, Gidry would come up and strike out Waldschmidt. He would then strike out Church in the pitch hitting situation. He would come into the bottom of the 8th, get his 3rd K, hit by pitch, fly out. Then in the bottom of the 9th, he delivers. He absolutely delivers. Gets the K to Petrie, and then the ground out to Tommy Tanks. 3 straight innings of pure dominance for him. Riley Cooper coming into the top of the 5th, or bottom of the 5th. It's throwing me off because we're at home. But Petrie comes up, K's him up, fly out, hit by pitch, ground out. You are elite. And if this team can legitimately continue what they're doing in the back end of games, you have a chance to win it all. You have a chance to win it all. So you're one of the 8, man. You're one of the 8. But let's go through the game as you're here. If you're joining us, if you're just joining us, do us a favor by hitting the like and share. Share to all those Facebook groups if you're with us on Facebook. If you're on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, notification bell. Share it to Twitter, share it to Facebook, share it wherever. If you're listening to us on Fubo TV, welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. My name is Blake Ruffino, and this is AYS Sports. Wherever you listen to podcasts, rate, review, and subscribe. But look, early part of the game, a lot of things didn't look good. That first inning for Ty Floyd was horrendous. He gives up the home run. He gives up 2 singles. He gives up 2 stolen bases in that inning. But it's literally when you have clutch moments like that, even though Ty Floyd didn't have his best stuff today. He didn't have his best stuff today. But when you have those situations with runners in scoring position and you're able to get outs, it's literally what we were complaining about LSU literally a week ago today. Worrying about what we can do with runners in scoring positions. We were on this platform and we talked about it. Well, Kentucky was not able to capitalize on most of the times. A team that doesn't hit a lot of home runs hit 3 solo shots. I'm okay with it. And if I would have come into this series and told you that you would only allow 3 runs in the entire Super Regional, you would have taken it. You would have taken it. I know that it was a lot of frustration a lot of times, but I will easily, and I mean easily, take 2 games where you only allow 3 runs. It was good, man. And then Cooper would come in the bottom of the 4th and just get you out of trouble. Ty Floyd would give up the home run in the bottom of the 4th to McCarthy and put them back closer than what they needed to. He gave up a home run in the bottom of the 3rd to Burks, that little hanger that he left out there to Burks, and he hit it over the center field wall. That can't happen. Now, he's got to be better in Omaha. You cannot win without Ty Floyd. Now, look, you go into a game 1 against Tennessee or Southern Miss, they'll more than likely see Paul Skeens. And, I mean, it's like a 98% chance that Paul Skeens is going to go out there and deliver. 99.9% chance he's going to deliver for you. And Ty Floyd and these guys in the pen are going to have to continue to be big for you throughout this entire process. Floyd can't have an appearance like he did today, but I will admit, if your bullpen's going to continue to look like that, and Jay Johnson has a lot of faith in Riley Cooper. I mean, you didn't even get to your 3rd guy. I mean, you had Thatcher Hurd up, but Gavin Gidry comes in, Cooper and Gidry come in and close the door. Elite stuff, man. It was elite stuff. When Cooper came in with 1 out in the bottom of the 4th, so 3 1/3 inning, they almost went 7 solid innings without getting a run. Almost. But no, they didn't have another one because it was 8-3. They did not have another run on the night. Because you would come into the bottom of the 5th, bam, you're out of there. You come into the bottom of the 6th, Cooper comes in, gets a ground out, a double, a fly out, and a line out to Braden Jobert. In the bottom of the 7th, Burks grounds out to short. Petrie singles right back up the middle. Gidry would come in then, and then you get the single by Gillum. And then he would K the next 2 guys, and you're out of it. You're out of it. So not even having to use a Hurd in this process is gravy. It's outright gravy. Like when you go to Cracker Barrel or wherever you like to go, it's grandma's gravy. It's always good like grandma's cooking. So massive performance tonight and massive performance all around. I said this last night, and I know that it was a late night, and I don't even have my voice. I've been screaming literally all game. But I said this last night. This feels like, to some extent, 2 of the most complete games that you've had all year against really good competition. Kentucky's not a bad team, y'all. They're a really, really damn good team. But last night and tonight, when you needed things the most, you got them. You got them. I see this from Blake Doucette. He said it a couple times. He says, Oral Roberts is in. Do we have to say Oral Pauls Roberts on this show? No? No pauses? Okay. Nick Chasson I agree with this wholeheartedly. He says, I want Southern Miss and revenge from last year. I 1,000% agree with that. But Tennessee came through when they needed to. They came through when they needed to. Anthony B. Saint says, hashtag Ask Blake, how likely do you think Dolander or Hall goes game 1 if we play Friday? We both pitching today. I mean, I guess it just depends on when you go. Just really depends. Matthew Landry says Thatcher Hurd game 2 of College World Series. I mean, possibly if for whatever reason, you never know how Jay's going to do it. If you face Southern Miss, you think Hurd would start? I mean, I doubt it because he's thrown Skeens in game 1 both times. So I think you got Skeens game 1, and then you could have a Hurd Floyd situation. But I mean, he's going to Floyd all year long. You have not lost a game with Floyd and him, meaning he hadn't taken a loss. Rodney Kraft says winning game 2 is as important as winning game 1. Yeah, I mean, you got to win game 1, though, man. You got to. Welcome home, Tigers, Omaha. Absolutely. We got our shirts up there, too. Spectrum Wellcare says hats off to Cooper and Gidry. No question. They are – look, the magic moment, and I know that Jay does this, but the magic moment of the night instantly goes to Dylan Cruz. Instantly goes to Dylan Cruz. The thing is, though, man, you won this game specifically off the backs of Cooper and Gidry. Now, I mean, and Kay Beloso, and I know that Tim Tebow, our producer, Zach, mentioned this, Zach, 3 months ago? And I pushed back on it. And I'm here to admit, I mean, the 3-run home run from Beloso in the third, it's electric because you lead that inning off with a double from Trey Morgan, a single by Travinsky, and then the 3-run home run from Beloso. It's just so massive there, man. It is so massive. And you responded every time they came up and did something. They hit a home run in the bottom of the first. In the top of the second, Dugas got hit by a pitch. You had the chopper, or not the chopper, but the little hit that Thompson had, the one that was rolling down the third baseline and hit the bag. Then Cruz comes up and has an RBI fielder's choice, and before that, a single by Pearson in the left field, and then White would ground out. So every time they did something, you responded in a great way. You responded in a great way. The thing that worried me a lot was, and I thought that they took him out too early, was Mason Moore from Kentucky was lights out. And listen, there are some times that you got to come into one of these games or series or weekends with a little bit of a tip of the cap. Tonight, Kentucky played elite defense. They had 3 guys of what, if you're from the batter, but left of second base. Dylan Cruz literally blasts ones into the 4-hole in that fielder's choice. Gillum is able to get all the way to the 4-hole and get the runner out at second. Dylan Cruz would beat the runner out at first, or beat it out at first. But regardless, they played really good. Moore came in and shut you down. Guys, from the 5th, he pitched the 5th, the 6th, the 7th. And then, so the 3 innings that he was in, he was electric. Boogie, oogie, oogie. You couldn't do a damn thing off of him. But as soon as he left, Williams would come in the top of the 8th, walk by Cruz, which, by the way, Cruz had 4 walks on the night. There is nobody in the country that has better major league at-bats in college right now than Dylan Cruz. No one. 4 walks on the night, but in the 8th, you would get a walk, fly out. But the one that Beloso had was the one diving, and you were already getting to Williams. Like, you had gotten to him. And this is how I know why. Because in the top of the 9th, you get the hit by pitch from Gavin Dugas. Like, when you had to make a stand and an answer. Because the momentum, at least the way that I felt, in the top of the 9th did not feel good for us. Even though you were up. You get a hit by pitch by Dugas, Joe Bear, which, let me start right there. Here's the line drive single. Thank God that Williams kid is okay, because he is an inch away from that ball being right upside his head. But he hits a single right back up the middle off of Williams. Thompson tries to get down the bunt and strikes out. Pearson walks, and they're doing the pitch and changes all throughout this. And then Cruz comes up with the 2 RBI. double, and then the line drive to third base by White, and then Morgan would strike out in his last at bat in Tiger Stadium, and Alex box. So you did what you needed to do. I thought the last two games personally, and look, we have done not every single game, but pretty much even in the midweeks, we did every one of these post games. And like I've mentioned and will continue to mention, the last 2 days feel like the most complete games that you've played for me. Like if you had to chalk it up, this felt like 2 complete games for me. Now, I know that you're going to face guys like Mason Moore. Do you think that you're not going to see a guy like Moore from Kentucky and Omaha? Because newsflash, you are. You got to stay there. You got to pitch. When they go out and shut you down, you shut them down. Complete game, man. Complete game, at least for me. I don't know how y'all feel. Yeah, I lost that one, Renee. Anders Lee says, folks, has anyone heard what day and what time? No, we have not. And look, they hadn't even announced for game 3. Like, if they would have had a game 3, you wouldn't even know. I mean, you would have known the day. You wouldn't have known the time. I would expect they would get LSU on a Friday. That's what I would assume. Dwayne D on YouTube says, do guys hit by pitch? Yeah, that's the 7,000th time that he's been hit by pitch. Him throwing the bat down in the 9th after the last plunking got everyone fired up. Agreed. Ian on Facebook says he got his curtain call. That he did. And he came up and delivered. Man. Stephen Young says Dylan Cruz got his curtain call. Best to ever do it. We're going to have these debates. But I'm just going to tell you. I'm just going to tell you. If you think Dylan Cruz does not need his and Jay Johnson's guys, find out something. Check and see if there's something on Twitter about Hayden Travinski going down. If you can find it on Twitter. I keep getting blown up by text messages. Jeff Fudge says, #Ask Blake, how does a true freshman like Gidry have influential fortitude or institution? I can't say that. Maybe y'all can say that. I can't say that shit. I know what the word is. I can't say it. Fortitude to shove like he's done in the postseason because he's a dude, man. Did y'all hear the comment from Jay Johnson this week? He said, look, nobody on this team challenges Gavin Gidry's leadership. He says something, people do it. And that's a freshman. He said Gavin will walk up to dudes and be like, hey, man, did you get that last rep? Did you get the last rep? Dude's a dog, man. He's got the dog in him. Not talking glizzy. Penn Jones says, really good infield play by us tonight. No question. I mean, the Jordan Thompson, Derek Jeter play, my goodness. I don't remember Jordan Thompson. I'm sure he maybe have done something like that before, but that is big league. That's MLB, and the arm strength behind it. And I know everybody was saying like, oh, well, did Cruz come off the – I mean, not Cruz. Did Morgan come off the bag? Yeah, come on, man. How are you going to overturn that? There's no way on God's green earth you were going to be able to overturn that. But that's a hell of a play, man. It's one hell of a play. Old Vet says, man, that throw by Thompson, yeah, it was elite. It was elite. It was elite. Like, it might be the only other play that I can think about in that environment was, remember Bregman took the CNI single from back up the middle, and he always used to hit the little spin move on him. He'd press B or circle on the controller and throw dudes out. I mean, that right there is elite, top of the line, creme de la creme. But what Jordan Thompson did tonight was fantastic. And look, for what it's worth, he played exceptional defense. Really, I can't remember. I mean, the only thing that I think remotely happened defensively was the slip by Cruz in game one. But outside of that, I can't really remember anything that defensively wasn't good at all. I mean, the fly out to Tommy Tanks in the eighth, I ain't gonna lie to you. I got a little nervous. I was like, oh, God, Jesus, please let him catch that. The one that was in the foul ground, I was like, oh, God, just be a man. Be a man. We're going against the forces of the great tycoon. Be a man. But it was exceptional. It was exceptional. Blake Duce says, hashtag ask Blake, how many more strikeouts Skeens needs to break the record? I would be lying if I told you off the top of my head, but not a lot. Oh, yeah, Napolt did have that error. That's right. Stephen Young says, Gavin told Jay, I don't care who's calling pitches. I'm striking everyone out. And look, Waldschmidt, Church, both went down in the bottom of the seventh. Strikeout, see ya, hi-ya. And the bottom of the eighth, he got McCarthy. And then, I mean, you could hear Smith in that replay, him getting hit by the pitch, but then a soft fly ball out to Dylan Cruz, and then the fly out, which we were just talking about with Tommy Tanks out in foul ground. The dude hardly got touched. I mean, outside of that single, man, my man didn't get touched at all. I sound like Skip when I say that, at all. His curveball. Gavin Gidry's curveball. But, it's true, man. His all-speed stuff is sick nasty. Sick nasty. Aaron Miller says, LSU to Omaha. We're back. We're back. It's true. Good call there from Aaron Miller. Mark Christian said, Southern Miss revenge game. Well, they got to win first, but I'm with you. I am with you. I do. I want them. I want them in Omaha. Badly. Very badly. Very badly. I don't like how that ended. I don't like how that ended. Skeen's about to throw 15 on Friday. Sheesh. Is that the record? He would need 15 to break it? Does it matter if he really breaks it? I mean, does it really matter? What would be really cool is if he tied Ben McDonald. That would send a lot of people in a tizzy. Jason says, I believe we play on Saturday. I think the Super started that Saturday. On Friday, we'll play in Omaha on Friday. We started on Saturday, so we'll play on Saturday. That makes sense. I don't know if that is what happens. I'm not sure if that's what happens. Let me mention this, too, about tonight. I got 3 texts about Tavion Galloway. We'll talk on that on Monday. I'm not wasting us going to Omaha on a decommitment from a tight end who I'm not doing it. Let me mention this because I thought that there was a very key situation in the bottom of the third that really kind of the bottom of the second that really shift momentum was when Floyd came in there after struggling and getting pretty much the 1-2-3, gave up the walk to Smith, but getting the 1-2-3 with 3 Ks and the Beloso home run. This is where you do have to get a little bit better here if you're him. He gets the ground out to Tommy Tanks. The Burks home run, I mean, off of a breaking ball that you've been struggling with all night, he could not find that at all. I mean, you can't keep just throwing fastballs up there. They were waiting on it. But Gillum got the single to center field, then Waldschmidt got the single to left field. So back-to-back hits for Kentucky after the home run. He's got 2 outs, and then he gets the guy striking out. I know that it wasn't the best overall performance from Floyd, But, man, he just, he would give up a home run and then lock in. It literally happened every time. It happened in the first, second, third, and fourth, where he was giving up a couple hits. Outside the second, where he kind of locked things down, the first, third, and fourth, he would give up the bomb and then turn right around and shove. In a tight game like that, I understand pulling him, but I don't want to make it out completely that he just was horrendous, because he wasn't. He's throwing a lot of strikes, and they just tattooed on him, man. They had his number. And they had his number in April. He just could not find his stuff tonight. But I don't think he was as bad as some thought that he was. At all. What would be interesting, I see this. I'm going to go off David Mobley's here, but I'm going to add to it. He says, Gavin Gidry likely to play shortstop in future years, if not second base. But, man, I don't know if you don't put the kid at second next year and tell him to come in and close games. I mean, you can't. The kid's got – look, Gavin Gidry's got something special up there, man. He's got something very special. And if he can continue to spin it the way that he's spinning it, then, I mean – you're going to have to probably do both with him. I'm not telling you to pitch him every day or at least or even every weekend, but if a situation calls it, I mean, you're already seeing it in Florida, and God bless it. I hope that we do, because you won't face them other than this. I mean, I do hope that you see Florida. I mean, they got Caglione that's doing it. I mean, it's not impossible. You're seeing more and more dudes do this every single year. Hell, the best pitcher that you saw that you've seen since Ben McDonald, arguably, literally gave up what he was doing on the field to just be on the mound. Now, I'm not saying that Gavin Gidry needs to do that or just pick one, but the kid's just too goddamn good, man. Too goddamn good. When you come up in clutch situations like you did tonight, and you're fooling some of the best dudes, I mean, look, man, we can say whatever we want to about Kentucky. They are not a bad team at all. Not at all. Adam says, not sure who's more excited, us LSU fans or the bar owners in Omaha. I don't know, man. I don't know. Pooh Bear says, I can see Skeens breaking the record in the College World Series Championship Series. Could too. Carlton Landry says, Omaha will be epic. That it will. Shane says, Texas different time is it 2-2 in the fourth. That's going to be an interesting game. That's going to be an interesting one. Penn Jones says, was told Gavin is related to Ron. Ron Gidry? What am I missing here? Nick Chasson says, it's almost as if the pitching coach announcing he's leaving fired up our pitchers. Well, I mean, look, I know it's something that we've talked about, and a lot of people did not want Wes Johnson here for whatever reason. Man. Ian says, I thought that earlier Gidry goes to second and still comes into pitch in clutch situations. Yeah, I think that's what you got to do with him moving forward. That's what you got to do moving forward. Ron Gidry, Louisiana Lightning. That's right. Thank y'all for the history lesson. I forgot about that. Anders Lee says, we are in bracket one. Bracket one always plays on Friday. We just need to figure out which game. Yeah, I mean, if you're going to play, look, if you're going to play on what, Thursday? Would it be Thursday or Friday? I mean, Friday. If you're going to play on Friday, Yeah, man. I mean, just be there for game one. Stephen Pearlou says Beloso bomb in his last game at the box after contemplating retirement is a movie. You have a couple movie storylines in this one. You got like if this team had a movie made about them. If this team had a movie made about them, you think of the storylines in it. You start the movie off with your second baseman damn near losing his sight. One of your better hitters, let's call him what it is, and Hayden Travinski gets hurt again. You have the number one and number two arguably fighting over semantics at this point, but the number one and number two overall picks in the major league draft. You start sliding late. Your pitching coach is leaving. You have a lot of big lines here. Coaching changes. Freshmen having to come in the bottom of the seventh. Kenny Futch says Clutch Cruz, Omaha bound. That he was, man. That he was. That's a storybook in and of itself. I tweeted that. I mean, that's just such a storybook ending, man. Such a storybook ending. I mean, let me go to the tweet because I'm gonna put this up here. Let me see. Here it is right here. Let me share this right quick, Zachy. Storybook, this is what I tweeted. Storybook, what may be Cruz's last at bat in Alex box. Bases loaded. Now, he obviously wouldn't come back, or he'd come back and then do this. I mean, he just delivers. He just delivers, man. Completely and utterly delivers for you when you needed him. And that's kind of like how he's always been, man. I mean, dude, he had walked 4 times tonight. So when we go through this super regional and wrapping it all up into a bow, Paul Skeens came and delivered for you, got his curtain call. Team stepped up around him, put up massive amount of hits, massive home runs, and he gets his curtain call. And look, a guy that we had kind of somewhat written off, Blake Money comes in, he shoves. You go with your game 2 guy, a guy that does not have a loss on the season in Ty Floyd, kind of has a rough start, but you have to lean on the probably and arguably the biggest question mark on your team in the bullpen, and you go with a guy that has been up and down his entire career at LSU and Riley Cooper. You go to a guy in Gavin Gidry who, quite honestly, you don't know what you're going to get from him because in the beginning of the year, he was just inconsistent. But over the last couple of weeks, he's the most consistent guy, arguably, out of the pen right now. And then when you needed him the most in runners in scoring position, even though it had been a struggle of the last 2 weeks, you delivered. It's what elite teams do, man. It's what elite dudes do. It's what elite teams do. I mean, you can look at it from a football perspective. When you're going up against Alabama last year and you're throwing a corner route to a true freshman in the back of the end zone thrown by Jane Daniels, whether it be Kim Mulkey and her team, with Jasmine Carson coming off the bench and hitting those threes, Alexis Morris, Angel Reese doing their thing, or it being tonight where you got to lean on a freshman for a couple of innings, massive amount of draft picks in baseball, and everybody in the country wanting Paul Skeens. He comes here, he delivers on Saturday. By the way, the rain delay doesn't just affect Kentucky, it affects everybody. LSU is affected in that. So the culture and standard that Scott Woodward has brought in with these coaches. Look, man, Kim Mulkey in year 2 won a natty. Brian Kelly won the SEC Western year 1. And we're going to Omaha in year 2 under Jay Johnson. We are going to Omaha. Tell me a program that's had any better success in the last year and a half. Hell, just in really the last 6-7 months. You build a standard in a community of winning, and this is what you get. When you go out and spend money for elite coaching, let's call it what it is, when you go out there and spend money in recruiting in the transfer portal, this is what you get. Ain't nobody in here right now saying they hate the transfer portal, are they? Hell no. Ain't nobody in here saying they hate the portal right now. You are the outright standard in college athletics. Name a team that's done what you've done. Name a program, I should say. You're not going to be able to find one in the last 7 months. What is your expectations? What is your expectations for LSU? It is to win in everything. In the last 7 months, Scott Woodward delivered. The puppet master. Over the weekend, Kim Mulkey gets $1 million from the state government to go start on renovations for the PMAC. Promises of foundations and spending for the PMAC already underway. The plan's being executed. And by the way, it's not slowing down. It is not slowing down at all. My expectation, your expectation is when you put on those 3 letters and you are a fan of those 3 letters, LSU, the expectation is championships. And you're delivering. Whether you want to call the SEC West title a title or not, I do. It's a massive accomplishment. Michael, track and field is top 5. Damn right they are. Mark Christian says Jay Johnson recruiting through transfer portal while being interviewed was great. Yeah, it was great. He don't care where them kids come from. And here's the truth. You go to Sunday school, you go grab a beer at the bar, you go to a crawfish bowl because your wife wanted to go have some crawfish with her buddies, and y'all all sitting there and somehow college sports gets brought up and y'all start talking, man, I hate that transfer portal. You ain't saying that shit new. Do you hate Angel Reese, Paul Skeens, Tommy Tanks, Jaden Daniels? Nah, I probably shouldn't have said the last one because some of y'all lunatics. But where do y'all think, what do y'all think's happening? Why do you think you're getting all these elite recruits out of the portal? You think they're coming here because Louisiana's fantastic, although it is? You think they're coming for the women? Well, I mean, you know what I mean. Jeb says, can we some bread to get the pins off the field? Can we get some bread to get the pins off the field? Yeah. When we talked to Jay, when we did the interview with Jay in person, me and Trent, and this has already been through, I asked him about that and he said, I'm sure there's something in the process there. I'm sure there's something in the process, which that's Jay Johnson speak of, hey, we're already in the works or stuff like that. Jay knows what he's doing, man. Rick says he's right there, that there's nowhere else like the box, and it lit up this weekend. No question. LSU fans, I keep clicking off of it. LSU fans, I hate the portal. Also, LSU fans, I love Burrow and Reese. And Tanks. And Skeens. What y'all gonna do when Daniels wins the West again and gets you to a playoff? What you going to do then? Ian says they sure as hell ain't coming for just the food. Hell no. There was a story ran about Thatcher Hurd. He gave all of his NIL money to the food bank. He gave 10,000 meals. Now, I'm just gonna throw this out here, okay? 10,000 meals Thatcher Hurd was able to provide for the food bank. Now, I'm just going to say that how many 10,000 meals? How much money would that be? Blake says, imagine LSU wins it all and the fans that have the autographs on the team poster may be priceless. I mean, look, literally right here in the studio, we have the LSU glass case with this helmet. Well, I'm not getting it out of the case. I'm not getting it out. I'll take a picture of it and post it on Twitter of Paul Skeens and Dylan Cruz, and it's never getting touched. Got the signed jersey right here. Got the Burrow over here. Ain't getting touched. One of them comes from the portal. Another one comes from the portal. Ryan said $5 per meal. So 10,000 divided by 5. No, that won't work. Or times 5, not divided by 5. $50,000 Thatcher Hurd gave to the food bank. Is that 50 grand? Wonder what Skeens got. Rob Boudreaux says, even if it's $1, that's still 10K. Right. Missed you out there, Blake. Yeah, I know a lot of people were wanting us to go over there and get some beers, but man, we're here doing the post game. Got to do it, bro. Got to do it. Fire DA says, I think he said in that interview it was 30,000 meals. Jesus Christ. Carter Harris says, Dylan Cruz is the best in LSU history, not a shadow of a doubt. It's hard to argue that, man. It's hard to argue that. Yeah, I'm getting some of the messages from you guys about the shirts. I appreciate it. If you're buying them, keep buying them. Blake just says hashtag where's Ben sleeping? He need to be celebrating with us. Hell no. He been partying all day long. No. That man is exhausted. That man's laying down in bed. That man ain't going nowhere. Yeah, Dennis says that Travinsky, that's one tough dude. Man, look, and we faced that. We faced that same situation. Guys, who was the team? From was it A&M or South Carolina when somebody got hit in the throat, or was it Alabama? So I mean, we saw that before, and man, when it came out of the break and they had said that he got hit in his throat, man, I'll be real with you. The other guy passed out because his airway started swelling, and they had to carry him out. I mean, that's scary, bro. That's scary. I mean, and then the Williams, the Joe Bear line drive to Williams, initially, just kind of like glad I was able to go back and watch it, but I really thought that it hit him in the head. I thought when it hit his glove and knocked his glove off, I honestly thought it hit him in the head. And then because he was already kind of like leaning down, I'm like, oh, shit. Oh, hell. I mean, that's not good, man. I mean, look, I'm as happy that we went to Omaha more than anybody, but I mean, come on. Paul Skeens at the end of the night is driving around on a golf cart, picking up all his teammates, saying he's bringing everybody to Omaha. Bart Smolky says that was Hester versus Florida back in 2007. Yeah, man, tough. And that player got carried off too. Yeah, he did. I mean, you're just a tough son of a gun, bro. Just a tough son of a gun. What else can you say, man? I mean, like, what else can you say? All right, guys, I'm going to put the I'm putting the link in there. Oh, there it is. I'm just going to put it in there again. I'll tweet it back out tonight. But we didn't do the Go-Maha. We did the Omaha, EAUX. Go get your shirts. Jay says, let's give huge props to the fans in the box. Much love. Jay's right there, and we have not brought that up here tonight. Sitting around all in game one, I mean, and then for the box to be as electric as it was electric all night long. And that's what you get, man. It's a complete and like when you hear a home field advantages, there are home field advantages everywhere, but not like that. I mean, some places you can reminisce that, like you can remake that kind of situation. You know, like you can go to Arkansas. You can, I mean, there are times where you can go to Florida, like Florida was rocking this weekend. You can go to South Carolina. There are so many places you can go that remake that, right? But not like, I mean, this weekend was one of the most electric atmospheres you can be in. And I would assume, since the first time since 2017, that Omaha is going to be rocking too. There are going to be people want to take off and go, and I don't blame them. But the fan base delivered. And they always were going to. The best thing that could have happened for walk-ons this weekend was that the game got delayed 7 hours. I bet you Brandon Landry's made more money than he knows what to do with. You know, one of my buddies was in there the whole time, and he said, Blake, I mean, they were just slinging beer out of there. Guys, if you can find the Tyler Alexander, there it is. Tyler Alexander, our good man over at EXP Realty. Dude is fantastic. Top 2%. Guys, you're looking at the number one real estate agent in the country right here. Especially in Louisiana. My man literally is in the top 1%. He says, Blake, we splitting an Airbnb in Omaha. P.S. I'm buying a shirt. You already know, cuz? No. Mama already told me I got to take her on vacation again. But yeah, if we get to championship type stuff, probably we'll cancel those plans, or she'll come with us. Justin LaGrange says, #Ask Blake, you are the Pirates GM. Who do you take, Cruz or Skeens? I take Skeens, personally. I just, personally, I take Skeens. Specifically with the Pirates, I don't know how much that you guys keep up with it, but they just signed their center fielder. I think it was like an extension, like 5 years, $175 million or something like that. And he's still in arbitration. So I guess it just depends on what you think, what they need, and they know more than I do on what they need. But I just don't think that you get to a place where you don't go Skeens, because they have a lot. Like they got Cruz. What's the shortstop's name? Oh God, it's slipping my mind. But I mean, they have a premier shortstop. Now he's been out because he broke his ankle. But I would go Skeens. If it came to be equal, I would still go Skeens. He's just been that lights out, man. And there's not a lot of human beings in the country that throw 102 miles an hour. If you O'Neal Cruz, thank you, Steven. The guy that was throwing 104, 103 for Tennessee last year, his name also slips in my mind, but he got called up last week. Like this time next year, not Cruz, but Skeens might be called up by the Pirates, because they're not going to let him sit in AAA and do what he's doing. They're not going to let him sit in AA and do what he's doing like that. They're going to call him up. I just think that when you have a guy like Skeens, you just can go a long way, man. You can go a long way. So for that reason, I would go Skeens. But if you go Dylan Cruz, I'm not. There's no argument for me. There's no argument for me. Cruz has just been the best baseball player, arguably the last 3 seasons. And when you hit for a 430 average in your last season with your club, and you hit 17 home runs, maybe you can get a couple in Omaha. Who knows? You just get the most electric player. I mean, he walked 4 times tonight. Now I could count this right quick, but LSU baseball stats. I mean, let's see how many times this man's walked. I mean, he is the epitome of having the best leadoff hitter maybe in baseball. I mean, so he walked 4 times tonight. He's walked 65 times this year. 65 times. I'm trying to look at plate appearances. 202 at bats. So then add 64 walks to that. Or no, that's total. So a total of 220 at bats, 61 walks. I mean, that's ridiculous, man. That's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Dwayne D says Skeens and Jay Johnson with the recruiting interviews. I saw that. Yeah, he was. It kind of felt like he was kind of trying to talk to his buddy from Air Force that's in the portal. Penn Jones says Pirates are cheap and will not draft a player that they have to pay big signing bonus to. Maybe it's not either one of them. Maybe it's not either one of them. Ben Joyce, he's hurt too, isn't he? He's hurt too. Stephen Lowe says you can't go wrong with either. Hope they go 1-2 in the draft after delivering number 7. It's true. I did too. Michael Roby says Buckethead and West Bank Papa needs to go to Omaha. Yeah, they need to start a GoFundMe. Get Buckethead to Omaha. That kid followed me on Twitter too after I found out what his real name is. But yeah. Peralou says, when Skeens said he's probably going to buy a house in BR. Yeah, that man's really enjoyed his time here. I'm not going to share a story. I don't think it's the time to, but I know of a place that Cruz frequented, and not a bad place at all, to fully immerse himself in the culture, like restaurants, stuff like that, nothing bad. And he wasn't out there doing anything bad at all, not even remotely. Blake says they can be selling them glow sticks. True. Well, I know if Skeens needs a realtor, I got one. His name's Tyler Alexander. Dude's electric. So we wait on Tennessee and Southern Miss, man. And a team that you probably want revenge for. I'm going to be real with you. I'm going to secretly pull for Southern Miss tomorrow and hope that they get it done, so that you get to get a little bit of revenge. Let's get a little bit of revenge on this tour. You know, LSU struggled at times against Southern Miss when it came to what you had out of the pen and what you had starting. Let's let them see Paul Skeens, because ain't nobody outside the SEC seen a guy like that. And hell, you're going to get Wake Forest too. At some point, if you win and you're going to get Wake Forest, then arguably the best 2 teams in the country go at it. At some point, you will get them, and the 2 best teams in the country, you'll go at it with them. And you hadn't played Florida, another team in your conference. You missed them this season. They look really good. They look really, really, really good. So we'll see. We shall see. Get to a couple more of these. Okay. Chad says, what a great regional and super regional boys are showing up when they need to. Glad all the negative people are gone. Clowns. Yeah, I mean, people sitting around all day, man, they get antsy. They get antsy, man. What can you say? I mean, I would be pretty upset too if I sat around for 7 hours waiting for a ball game. I would be too. No question about it. No question about it. Tasha Thibodeau, the real LSU Tiger Nation, says, "Go Omaha, baby." Yeah, we do. Yeah. Yeah. Clay Phillips says, "Go and enjoy Omaha. I've been twice. Vandy won both times at Rocks." Yeah, you got to throw in his Vandy thing there. He's got to throw in his Vandy thing. Josh Forbes says, "Go Southern Miss." Yeah, I want them. I want to face them bad. I know that's going to now. Here's the topic of the night or the week. Says, "Do you throw hard against Southern Miss or Tennessee?" No, because if you throw Skeens and you win, I don't know. I don't know. But let me tell you this, and I agree with Zach here. Do you hold him for Wake Forest? And I'm just going to tell you. Well, couple schools of thought there, Zachy. Couple schools of thought. Did you think he'd throw him against Tulane? I don't know. It's a good question. It's a good question. But he ain't going to tell nobody. He ain't going to tell nobody. You got to get there first. So he's thrown them in game one both times. And I guess it really just depends on what Wake Forest does too and to some degree. But they got guys, man. They're a good team. They're a really damn good team. And I hope you face them, and I hope you do have Skeens. But you don't want to be in that loser's bracket, though. You don't want to be in that loser's bracket. Mark on Facebook says, "Whoever is the best changeup in your staff, that is who you throw against Wake Forest." Okay, that's pretty detailed, man. Sounds like my man's watched some Wake Forest. Man, they scored 22 runs today. I hope they're out of them. I hope they're out of all their what do you want to call it? Slumps. What the F word am I talking about? I hope they're out of runs. I hope they hit their limit. What am I talking about? Bart Smokey says, "Throw Skeens, then go hard. You need a second pitch versus Wake Forest." We'll see, man. It's going to be interesting all the way around. All right, before we wrap up here, Stephen Lowe says, "I was shocked when Jay pitched Skeens versus Tulane. I was too. But it's the right decision. Was the right decision." All right, guys. We will see you tomorrow. Go get your shirts. We got a lot of Omaha to talk about, baby. Feels good to be talking about college baseball. And, then we get into mid part of June. We still maybe get some wins here. Then we're right in there for football, man. We're a month away, a couple months away. All right, see you tomorrow. Y'all have a good one. Peace.